Hello, everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to All the Mods 10. I'm actually recording this the night after. I'm recording back-to-back days. I haven't had done that for a while with ATM. Anyways, last time we continued and more or less finished our exploration into the Undergarden. I just came back here because I needed some of this dread rock for a crafting recipe I want to try. So I'm just gonna head back now. There's a lot of cool stuff. Apparently there's an even further place underground called the Depths, and we accidentally went there and found the denizens of that world, of that part of the world. Didn't even know that was a thing. That is just not in the quest logs anywheres, and I cannot find anything even on the wiki for this mod. It just exists and you have to know about it. So that's pretty cool. It's a cool mod. Oh yeah, I found a random Dead Sea. There's literally nothing there. And underbeans. Eat 'em raw, roast 'em, put 'em on stick. What can't you do with the underbeans? Thanks for the underbean on a stick. Which is used for something, I presume. But yeah, it's a cool mod. It's definitely just there to explore it. There's no real reason to go there. You just explore it to have fun with it. You don't need it for the ATM star. There's not much of super importance. It's 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 just fun to explore, and it has these cute little gronglet things. They're just adorable. And last time I said I wasn't obsessed with gathering fireflies. I said I was obsessed with the cicadas. I had that backwards. Like, I don't think I have more than like 3 cicadas, and I have dozens of fireflies. Like, oh my goodness. Anyways, between episodes, I just dealt with inventory stuff. And hold on, I need this back. Thank you. This goes in here. And I just want to go ahead and make the infuser real quick. I have some Rogdorium and some eutheric clusters. I heart infusing. It just exists. You put eutherium on one side, Rogdorium on the other, and then you use it to like infuse the central item. It has borderline 0 uses, actually. Rogdorium into a helmet gives it Rogdorium infusion. Sure. What does that mean? I have no idea. Hold on. Does the infuser actually have a segment in here? No. Yeah. Yeah, the quest logs for this mod pack are just like really bad sometimes. Like this 100% should tell me something about Rogdorium and the infuser. It just doesn't for some reason. Like this feels out of date with the mod pack itself. But anyways, we just need the forgotten minions, and then I guess there's some gear stuff we could look at, but I'm not that interested in any of that. But the infuser, we are going to infuse one. Gave me all but one of those back. We are going to infuse our little gronglet friend into a Rogdorium gronglet, just to see. Can be used as slingshot fuel, but that's it otherwise. And Rogdorium. We can make a spear out of it, so the denizens were wielding those. Oh, that's a cool looking block. But other than that, it's just like it's 4 things in here. Rogdorium infusion, whatever that means. Maybe that's on the wiki. Maybe I should look at that. Well, we have our cute little infused gronglets now. Oh, now one's sleepy. Hold on. I need you to look at me so I can actually see your face. Um, is that the Ingy Gronglets? Kinda happy, kinda nothing. Either sleepy or sad. Oh. Oh, the quest log says they're not mobs, but they are adorable, and I love them so much, basically. And yeah, you're right. You just entirely right. Anyways, I'm gonna go look up to see if I can find what Rugdorium infusion means real quick. The wiki for this mod sucks, but I did find an answer. Apparently, if you eat this stuff, it will get rid of the, it will start clearing the infection. So basically what I assume you have to do, what I assume is the, infusion will help fight against the infection as well. Or that's what I would guess, at least. The wiki for this mod sucks. And also, the stupid AI thing on Google is just awful. It's just entirely wrong. Cool. Do not trust what the AI thing. Go do your own search. Anyways, I think I think that's all I cared about in here. Like, I don't think I care for anything else I can do with the infuser. It's nothing important. We're probably not heading back there, so we're not going to get much more of the infection anyways. So all that can just go in there. Our little Gronglet friends can just head in there. And let's head on over to the farm, because the bees we got last time have been working while I was busy with stuff, and it should be enough now. Oh yeah, plenty. So all of these become... Thank you. I pressed the button like 3 times, it just didn't work. And we have 3 blocks of forgotten metal. I could use this stuff to make the gear, but again, it's like a netherite tier, and it only does extra stuff against undergarden stuff, so not that useful. Although the battle axe is pretty cool looking. Anyways, we need one of these, and I believe we need a boom gourd, a bloom gourd, jack-o'-lantern, right? Um, what happened to my bloom gourds? I know I had a bunch, or I know I had some at least. I just don't know what I did with them. Did I go put them in the food stuff? You know what? I probably put them in the blocks chest because they just look like any other block at first glance. So, let me start looking real quick. It's gonna take a moment. Okay, found them, and it's a gloom gourd, not a bloom gourd. Right, I got mixed up with the boom gourd, which is the bomb. Okay, so one of these gets placed down, and then I need to carve this. Right-click with the sword? Or is it... shears. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've done that. Anyways, carved gloom gourd. Thank you very much. And build in a sentry, our little forgotten minion. They'll just hover about, and I believe they just fire at anything hostile. Oh, I have to kill one? They aren't spawned like normal mobs. They need to be created. They are created by placing a carved gloom gourd over a block of forgotten ingots. They act similar to snow golems. They won't ever attack you and instead shoot at hostile mobs. They have 10 hearts and won't drop anything on death. But, like, why would you kill them? Basically for the quest and the free one that it gives is the only reason I'm going to kill this thing. Just to say we completed all the quests from this mod. I feel really bad about it, though. I'm so sick of all this grass. Every time I accidentally right-click with the Paxel, it gets worse and worse, and I clear it out, and then immediately it happens again. Go away, Vengeful Ghost. I'm trying to clear it. So, like, I cleaned that up. It'll be all messed up again, and plus all the inventory gets messed up as well. Oh, anyways, sure, why not? We'll just have one of these things just, like, hovering about. It's because I don't really have a reason not to. It's not like they're gonna hurt me. And eventually this thing's probably just gonna die, so it's whatever. And where is my mystic code? Ah, there it is. I was thinking it was in my backpack like it used to be, but apparently I moved it over there, so that's fine. This stuff can go back in here, and eventually I'll just go put the rest of that stuff over into the backpack as well. So let me just... actually, I should just go deal with it now. I'm going to go deal with a couple of inventory things, and then we're going to get up to something else. I think we're going to be looking at one of the required tech mods now. Which one? I haven't quite decided. Pneumatic craft only has a couple of things, so that would probably might be the fastest. Immersive engineering I have some history with. I've used it, I've never gotten that far into it, so maybe. Or I guess we could figure out some of the last few things from AE2 as well. There's some options. I'll think a bit more on it. It's probably going to be either pneumatic craft or immersive engineering that we start up next, though. Okay, inventory dealt with. I forgot there was Aura Tech too, which basically just wants me to build a nuke. Although, interestingly enough, this one's auto-completed for some reason. Not entirely sure why. Immersive or pneumatic? Immersive or pneumatic? Let's go with pneumatic craft, shall we? No pressure. Well, actually, I only need a lot of pressure with using pneumatic craft. That's kind of what it's all about. So, let's head on over to the tech things. And pneumatic craft, there it is. So, we have some stuff already figured out, and some stuff's already completed. It wants me to make an air compressor. I guess that's one of the random things we already have in here. Oh yeah, that's that stuff. Oh yes, cool. I forgot. There are houses around, and I already pulled some of that stuff up. But let's just go in order. Pneumatic craft repressurized the power of air. Pneumatic craft is all about pressure. These classes won't go over everything the mod has, but we'll still go over a lot. Please remember to check JEI, read the tooltips, and read the PCBR. They are all very useful. To get started, you'll need some compressed iron. We have plenty of it. The easiest way to do this is to find a hole in the ground, throw in some iron blocks, and then blow it up. Some might get lost in the explosion, but that's a risk we'll have to take. So, I already have plenty. Which chest do I have it in? Should be. Oops. It should be in this one. Compressed iron from Pneumatic Craft. That's blocks of the stuff. I guess I didn't have quite as much as I was expecting, but it's enough to get us started at least. So there's that. Omnidirectional hopper. Can input items from any side. It can be upgraded. Cool, it's a hopper. We don't care too much about it. Although that pressure valve it just gave us could be good. And we have the armor, so thanks for just the free stuff. We don't really care. Ooh, you can get bees for the stuff, or compressed iron seeds. So we're probably going to be making those seeds in a moment. Actually, out of curiosity, compressed iron 1, we need 4 compressed iron blocks. And as it stands, I can get 1, 2, yeah, that's a no. Just do not have enough yet. Although, blow up iron with TNT, you'll lose about 20% of it. You know what? That's not too difficult. I have plenty of iron and I have TNT. Let's just go try it, I guess. We should do this somewhere near the reactor because there's a lot of wide open space that I don't care about getting destroyed. So this will do. Just make a little hole here. There's that. Drop in like a full stack. Turn off magnet. Drop in a full. Turn off magnet. Oh my goodness. And where is my matchbox? Is it in here? There it is. Yep. Are you kidding me? How did that count as hitting the block? That's silly, game. Why did that happen? Fine, there's literally a full a stat. This that's very silly. Like, why? Huh? How does that make sense? It's setting fire to a TNT. Like, it's just because it's not a flint and steel. This thing works as a flint and steel in every situation except for this right here. Cool. That's weird. That's very weird. Oh well, I'll just use a lever real quick. It's easier. So there's that. I could have just used a single piece of wood to make a button instead. That would have been even faster. But oh well. So that and that. This just goes here. And since we'll lose 20% of it. Okay, there we go. So we just need 4 blocks of this, and we're gonna go make the seeds. Cool. And now we have plenty, and we're gonna have an infinite amount eventually. Just might as well do this before getting started. Make sure we have the resources at hand. And is this tertium or I wasn't looking. It said tier 4. Imperium. Cool. Close menus, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I forgot seeds for the prosperity base. I'll go grab those in a moment. I do kind of love mystical agriculture here. It makes things so much easier. Just infinite resources, basically. Uses, seeds. And just... What do I not need over there? It's still hooked up. I think I have netherite seeds over there or something. Like, those are completely unnecessary. Diamond, I don't actually need anymore, so you can go. So, we're gonna have the compressed iron. And let's just continue on, shall we? Automated, thanks for the free stuff. Now, moving pressure. To move pressure, you'll need to obtain pressure tubes. What pressure, you may be asking? Continue the questline to see what they are being used for. Okay, so this chest is literally stock full of the stuff. Although that is considerably less than I thought it was going to be. I think I might have put a bunch in here and then they got deleted. Nope, they didn't actually get deleted. It's still there. Cool, so plenty of tubes for now. And we're going to need the air compressor. The air compressor is an easy way of making pressure. Simply put some burnable items into it and watch the magic happen. I recommend making it at least 3 of these to start with. Logistics storage frame. Okay, so it looks like this is also used for storage and other uses. Let's just grab the pneumatics craft stuff real quick. What else is here from pneumatic? That's railcraft, pneumatic. Saltpeter ore, logistics core, display tables. I know I have more pneumatic craft stuff somewhere, so I'll go track it down in a moment. Let's just move on. Okay. Preventing explosions, charging station, reinforced stone, hold on, we're going to be making a minigun and a sentry turret. We'll get to those later on. Logistics. Well, what do we actually need? We technically have the micro missiles, but if I can learn to make them, it would make me feel better about randomly getting them. And we need the aerial interface, which requires pressure chamber walls, which is just reinforced brick, which I think is just a couple steps. Nether star, easy. Omnidirectional hopper, easy. We got one for free. That would basically be the advanced pressure tubes, which requires a whole lot of work, it looks like. Actually, we just need a laser assemblers, drill and laser assemblers. Yeah, it's going to be a bit before we can do that. It just sort of keeps going. So understanding pressure. What happened to RF or EF, or FE? When making pressure in an air compressor, if you don't have anywhere for the pressure to go, it will just disappear. Make sure you have somewhere for the pressure to go before making some. So pressure from liquids and pressure from heat. The liquid compressor creates pressure using certain liquids. You can put the fuel in by right-clicking the bucket onto the machine, pumping in the fluid, or by putting a bucket in the top slot in the GUI. Okay, so I'm going to assume you can make water pressure, right? Uses, generates compress, open the available fuels tab inside of it, pump in fuel. Okay, so we're basically going to be doing infinite water via the sinks or whatever into the thing via the tubing. Cool. Huge fluid tanks, preventing explosions. This is just pretty open. What's next? I forget to mention everything can blow up. Luckily, there's an easy solution. The security upgrade, when placed in a machine, makes sure they don't explode. Put these into any machines they can go into. Okay, so let's just save that recipe. Safety tube module. Save that recipe. Save whatever recipe that is. It looks like most of this stuff is pretty simple to make. There's just a lot of it, though. Let's read the guidebook. Like, there's a lot in the quest log, and it's kind of a lot. Basic concepts. Getting started. Welcome to Pneumatic Craft. Blow up iron, and you'll get compressed iron. Cool. Make pressure tubes, reinforce stone, and build a pressure chamber. The pressure chamber is a multi-block structure used to compress various materials into other materials. Due to its large air storage capacity, it can also serve as a useful battery. The following rules for multi-block construction apply. The overall multi-block must be a hollow 3x3, 4x4, 5x5, or 5x5x5 structure. They must be pressure chamber walls or pressure chamber glass. They have walls, glass, valves, or pressure chamber interfaces. It needs at least one valve, and it needs 2 interfaces. One facing in and one facing out. Cool. So, pressure chamber, reinforced stone, 32 reinforced stone, save the recipe. Do I have stone in here? Maybe. Yes. 1, 2. Doop. And there's the pressurized, the reinforced stone quest completed. Thank you. We already have logistics. Start with logistics crafting a logistics core. I recommend reading the manual for a full tutorial on how to use them. Just give me the free items. And a frame, we got one for free. They can be used for different types of automation. Thank you for more stone and pressure chamber walls. We got reinforced chest for free, so thank you for the free requester. I'm basically grabbing free stuff. Charging station, where's the cord? Chargers, tools, and gadgets. Thanks for the free stuff. We have wrenches, the applicators, manometer. That's probably going to be pretty useful. Let's save that recipe. We'll get to it in a moment. I'm basically just charging through a bunch of stuff at once. So, minigun. Cool. So, make the safety things. I think that is next. Inventory is a complete mess right now, so that can go in there for a moment. A manometer requires air canisters and whatnot. Safety tube things needs 2 levers and a pressure gauge. Pressure gauge needs copper. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to need a bunch of these pressure gauges, but for now, I'll just make the one. So that and 2 levers, which... Can I just do this? 1, 2. Yep. The safety tube module. Inline, no. It will vent high air pressure if the tube pressure reaches 4.9 bar. Although this prevents explosions, released air is energy lost and wasted fuel. Thank you. So, go ahead and make security upgrades, although I don't have lapis in here, apparently. And I need to make one more of those things. So, same exact recipe, grab copper, grab everything. I'm basically just going to go put a bunch of stuff into the computer system and then see what I can make all at once. 1 second. Okay, so I have a bunch of stuff in the computer. I'm probably going to need to go get more, but since this can go boom, it's going over here. So, it looks like we're probably pretty safe with actually preventing explosions from the looks of it, but better safe than sorry. So the air compressors, I'm just going to take out. Let's just take a look at their GUI real quick, shall we? So, redstone behavior, enable always, air compressor here. Problems, no fuel and an air leak. Pressures there, information. This machine is used to generate compressed air. To do this, insert any solid fuel item that can burn in a furnace in the fuel slot. Note, fuel buckets will not work. Use a liquid compressor for burning liquid fuels. Upgrades, securities, speeds, all that good stuff, and redstone behavior on we already looked at. So basically, I'm going to give these things like full stacks of like the... Can you burn this stuff? I don't know. Yes, you can. So they're both getting full stacks of like coal watt times 1 blocks. Cool. So these things will eventually be hooked up via fuel pipes. And let's finish making those security things real quick. So I can make the one after I grab lapis. Forgot that step. Those can go in there. 1 safety upgrade. And just another one of these, which is more levers. Just make... I guess I only had 3 sticks in there. Interesting. 1, 2, 3. Let's just make a full stack of levers. I'm sure I'm going to need them. And I'm going to need a bunch more of those things, so just make 32. That's probably too many, but oh well. I'm going to need a bunch of these safety upgrades, and they each require 1. So there's 2 safety security upgrades for free, and it gives us free pressure chamber valves. So at this point, it's on to making the pressure chamber itself. So there's our upgrades over here. The pressure chamber is an important multi-block structure made up of pressure chamber walls. The faces can be placed with pressure chamber glass. The pressure chamber can be as small as a 3x3 or as big as a 5x5. The blocks required for the 5x5 is what's needed to complete this quest. You'll need to pipe pressure in and put security things into the pressure valve. Different requires different amounts of pressure, all that good stuff. Input items in and out. Interfaces come into. Blue on the outside means it's for importing, while if gold is on the outside, it's for outputting. Place one on each of place one of each on any face. So just save that recipe real quick. We're going to need a bunch of these pressure chamber walls, which is just a bunch of reinforced brick. We do have a bunch of reinforced stone now. So just go like so. These things create pressure chamber walls. Gonna need more, but do these have other uses besides upgrades, air compressors, glass stuff, walls? It doesn't look like they have much more in the way of walls other than just being a block you can use. Oh, and they have pretty good blast resistance, apparently. So there's that. Reinforced stone, just make more of that stuff real quick. And make those into like so, that. And I think I need a half a stack more of these things. Yep, that's completed there. And then 2 of these things, which looks like it's pretty cheap. You get 2 per 1. Hopper, easy, make the thing. So let's get to work on the multi-block, shall we? So we know we need the valve. This is the one we only need 1 of. Can be used as air storage. Its primary usage, however, is to compress various materials. Like to do cool. And, oh, we already had some walls that we got for free. Whoops. So, 1 valve, 2 interfaces. Um, is valve Steam inputs? Oh, hmm. Chamber interfaces, import, export items. Okay, so the valve must be Steam in, and the inputs are item in and out. Cool, got it. So there's the center. 5. Whoops. And then that's the wrong block. 5 by 5. We're gonna have a valve on the back, I guess. Why not? It's gonna bother me slightly that is like that, so I'm probably gonna inset it into the floor in a moment. So let me put this thing together real quick. It's just a bunch of the chambered walls. It's just gonna make a cube like every other machine before. And there we go. There was a little puff of smoke, and now we have this thing. This is input, this is output, and then I have the steam valve on the back. Although maybe I should put it on this side because it looks like this is where I'm putting steam production. I'll decide in a moment, but there is the quest completed. Thank you for free liquid hopper. And thank you, because of the liquid hopper, for the free stuff that will eventually pop up. Chamber walls. Cool, we don't need any more of those, probably. But anyways, with that done, moving on to crude oil. I guess we're immediately going for oil production after producing steam production for the first time. But crude oil. The next stage of the mod requires the collection of crude oil. This oil can be found naturally on the surface of the overworld. So, that quest is already complete because of well, little bits of lag and a little bit too much speed. Where did I put it? It should be in this chest somewhere. Ah, there it is. I have 286 buckets of crude oil in this thing because there were like 3 or 4 different oil ponds around here. And in fact, I still think there is one. And I basically just collected a bunch of it to get it out of the way. So let's just bring this on over to the reactor. I'm not sure how safe it is just carrying around a full thing worth of oil like this. Speed's a little bit too much. And oh yes, how does this security upgrade work? Can I just put it in like that? Oh, those are the upgrade spaces. So this one can no longer blow up. Yeah, the pressure chamber is now safe from blowing up. So the pressure chamber itself can't blow up. Does that mean the interfaces can still blow up? No, they don't actually take this input. Got it. So this thing should be safe then. So from there, heat production, still not RF. Now we're getting somewhere with oil refinery, diesel, attic jackhammer. So do we need this? LPG, the one we need, can be used to make molten plastic, and this stuff is made used in a thermo-pneumatic processing plant together with coal to produce plastic. Recipe for this stuff, thermo-pneumatic processor with gasoline, refinery controller. I see. So you take the oil refinery and it'll give you these 4 things, and we just need the LPG, basically. Got it, got it. So, I want to stay over here for a moment. Pressure from heat. A thermal compressor creates pressure using heat. Place something hot on one side and something cold on the other to create pressure. I guess we randomly got one of those for free then? Cool. Oh yeah, here it is. So, I guess we're just moving on. Heat production, we need for moving heats, which we're going to need for the oil refinery, I assume. The oil refinery will be making is a 1x1x5 multi-block, made up of one refinery controller at the bottom and 4 refinery outputs on top. You'll need to input oil and heat for this to work. This will produce diesel, kerosene, gasoline, and LPG. Putting thermal laggings on the sides helps keep it warm. Okay. So I have no idea what most of this stuff is. Save the recipe, save the recipe, and save the recipe. Sure. And we need heat production as well. The vortex tube separates pressure into hot and cold air. The cold air goes to the blue side and the hot air goes to the right. So, pretty simple to make that. So, let's just go and do it real quick. That's the wrong button. I forgot to save the recipe. Save the recipe. Now, just make one for free. I guess I used up all my copper. And I don't actually have much on me, so for now that'll have to do. Grab one of these things. Vortex tube acquired. Thanks for the free logistics frame thing. So moving heats, better heat production. To increase your heat production, place a heat sink on the cold side of your vortex tube. I would like to know what this thing does. Block that disperses heat into the air. It only connects to the block it's on, not simply adjacent to. When an air grate tube module is pointed at it, the effectiveness is greatly increased. So, once again, I forgot to save the recipe. Save it. And just make the thing. Cool. So, we're using this for heat. The oil refinery. I guess I'm going to expand over here. The oil refinery seems pretty small, so it could probably just fit in this gap. But what is this thing used for? It had us make the thing, but so far I don't see why. Like, can I see what uses this thing has? Pressure chamber, here we go. So you can use it to make pressure, to compressed iron with enough pressure. You can make compressed iron bees. You can make blue ice and packed ice. You can turn dye into slime. It is used for a creative compressor. Stuff. I mean, those transistors are probably going to be important, and the etching acid probably as well. PCB ports or empty PCBs. Okay, I'm seeing a couple of things that look like they could be important. Turbine blades. Oh, it can, hmm? Oh, it takes an enchanted book and gives you some other stuff. An enchanted item and gives you stuff back off of it. Oh, and you can make diamonds with it. Okay. Solar wafers. There's some stuff here. So far, I'm not too interested in this machine itself. We are basically just using as a step to get to the next one at the moment. But we have the heat. We have the heat to move. To move the heat being made by the vortex tube, make some heat pipes. Save. Blocks and thermal laggings. Thermal laggings are glass and wool, which should be in here. That's the wrong thing. Thermal laggings, I'm going to need a bunch of these. I'm going to need 19, I believe it said, for the thing itself, and then a couple for these. Yeah, it was 19. I'll probably have to make one more batch in a moment, but thank you. Logistic storage frames. So many storage frames for logistics. Like, I'm not going to be looking at that stuff very hard. Thermal compressor. Let's just see. How does this thing look? Heat's on this side. I probably want to rotate it. So, is this going to work? Maybe. Yeah, heat output on this side. This, it said to put like this. So there's that. It's going to input heat into the oil refinery controller in a moment. So let's go ahead and look at this. Refinery controller requires reinforced stone slabs, which requires reinforced stone. Just make that much. And controller, a small fluid tank. It holds a small amount of fluid, I would assume. 32 millibuckets. It's pretty much the same cost as some of the other ones, but it's the same storage. I think it's slightly more expensive, so I'm not going to be making many of these if I can avoid it. So, Controller acquired. Either 2, 3, or 4 refinery outputs need to be stacked on top of each other to work. You will get the best results with 4 refinery outputs. The more heat you apply to the refinery, the faster it runs. Process liquid in fluids into different fluids. Oil is processed, whatnot. So where is heat input on this thing? Let's just look at this again. Yeah, it looks like heat inputs just into a random side? Hard to tell. I think this is the wrong one. That looks more correct, according to the picture. Yeah, that looks more correct now. Cool. So there's that. And then we're going to need 4 of these things, these refinery outputs, which is 4 more sets of this stuff. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And outputs. Thank you. And thank you. This should be the refinery, at least partly done. 4 of those stacked on top of each other. I didn't hold them in my inventory for long enough, so it didn't count. There you go. Free manual compressor. I'm not going to be using that thing probably. And some other free goodies. Cool. So let's set this up properly. 2, 3, 4. And with that, what does this UI look like? Always on. It doesn't have anything in it. Crude oil or oil becomes all this stuff. Crude oil or oil. Ah, I see. So at low temperatures, you're only going to get to diesel and LPG. But when you get to high temperatures or let's see. Oil, crude oil at temperatures greater than or equal to 100 will give you this stuff. At temperatures greater than or equal to 100, it will give you a different set of stuff. And at temperatures greater than or equal to 100, it will give you a... Is it number of outputs, maybe? Like, if you have 4 outputs, it will give you everything, but if you only have 3, it will give you a different set of stuff. You need to input oil and a heat for this to work. This will produce diesel, kerosene, gasoline, and LPG. Putting thermal laggings on the sides helps keep it warm. So how do these things work? Ah, so they're just like grading things. So it said to use 19 of these things. It's 4 per, so that's 16. I didn't want 19. I used 16 there. 17 going there. 18 would be this side. Can it go on the top? I don't... Oh, I guess I can. Hopefully that counts. So that's 18, and then 19 being the front, I guess, and then leaving 2 sides for inputs. I guess that's what it's after. Can I still open it? I can still open it. Cool. So I guess it's time to just like input the crude oil into this thing. What did I do with that tank? I put it over here. I put it down for some reason. So this just goes like so, and I need a fluid pipe. This thing shouldn't be on still, so I shouldn't have to worry about that. I guess just like a basic mechanical pipe should do. It's not like I'm too worried about moving things too quickly. Like so, and I need the wrench to actually set that up to pipe properly. And I think I put that in the wrong chest. I believe that is still over at the farm. Okay, so I have the thing. This thing does not actually have any heat yet, and apparently there's no way to turn it off. If it has a fluid input and it has input at all, it will start going. So before we do that... Oh yes, of course we are also working in Celsius. Makes sense. Perfectly reasonable. Just didn't register it at first, just in case Anyways, this thing needs pressure hooked up into it, so let's just get this properly running all together first. So this thing, let's just, like we said, give this, uh, yeah, that's a good place to start. So this thing, do not go boom. And, pressure, pressure, air leak. Place pipes or machines on the output source. Oh, whoops. Whoopsies, I was looking at the wrong side. Like, I thought that was an output source, but that's just the side of the thing. But that is kind of cool. Like, if you have a pipe that doesn't go anywhere, is the actual animation and whatnot that goes with it. So this thing is producing pressure. Air is going up, pressure is going up. It seems like this just takes some time to ramp. Although, what I should probably also do is actually use this thing as a battery, like I'm sort of supposed to. Although it doesn't look like that can hold much storage in comparison. So this thing, it's west temperature. This should be west, I guess. Oh yeah, you can see him on the map moving west there, is going up. This thing's temperature is going up. This thing's just still producing things and should go for basically ever. So I just want to see this work a little bit before we end off. We are just about out of time. But this thing should push fuel into here. So this thing is now full of crude oil. Temperature is almost up to 100. Apply more heat or rating on heat. Let's see. I did read this right. Place a heatsink on the cold side of your vortex tube. Got it. So in just a moment, that stuff, it's probably our thumbnail. Under pressure is probably actually the title as well. But 90, I just want to see this work for a moment before we end off. Things are just going strong here. Looks like we're fine. Actually, I think part of this is like danger zone. It's going to go boom, right? I think I'm going to need more pressure going through the system eventually. Like I'm going to need higher forms of pressure production. How does this work? Manual labor and hunger, right? Hold right click at the compressor to pump in air and compress it. The higher the pressure of the capacitor, the longer each pump takes. So if I just go, how does this work? And I, for instance, just put this here and start pumping into it. No, it goes into the back, so I should have placed it here instead. But I'm pumping in pressure. I'm gonna help push it forwards. I don't know how much that actually does, but it's doing something. Anyways, we are now over 100 temp, or 99 C, I guess is where we're staying. Problems, apply more heat. Hmm. Do I actually have to manually help push the pressure up into it to actually get this going? I guess I do. Interesting. So this thing's preem's pretty set on staying at like 100, 102. I can help push it over the bar and make sure it stays there by applying manual pressure. I'll set this up with a better pressure system next time, probably. But diesel, kerosene, and all that good stuff is now good stuff, quote unquote. We're going to be messing up the environment of this planet so badly, apparently, eventually. But all this stuff is going up, and eventually we'll be using all of this, as soon as there's actual buckets of the stuff, in order to make gasoline, which can be used to make LPG. Wait, does gasoline exist specifically to make the other liquid that we make using the same thing? Hold on. Gasoline, bottling, you can trade it for emeralds eventually. It has pretty decent block heats. I use gasoline to make LPG. I mean, there's no, like, cars or anything in this mod. There's no, like, vehicles you can make that would require gasoline to run, so I guess it makes sense that it doesn't have many uses on its own. The temperature started falling. Let me go grab... I don't have another security thing, so let's just make another security thing real quick. There we go. Let's pull this one over. I'll give it half of those one-time blocks we were looking at. Thank you. These go in there, goes in there. So now it should be getting Let's see. Yeah, pressure should start building up a little bit faster now. And therefore, this thing should be staying at a higher temp. Although it looks like temperature isn't really... Hmm. Let's make another set of these real quick, just to block off this front one to make sure it's as high as possible. Now it seems to be stabilized at 100 on its own, and I can just pump in eventually to, help it out a bit. So, you know what? So far, this is kind of fun. I'm enjoying this one a little bit. Like, there's a lot to it so far. Like, it made us make this whole machine. I just don't know why yet. Warnings. No valid items. Status. Outside, inside. Nothing going on with it, basically. But next time, we'll keep making more compressors. We'll keep upgrading systems. There we go. With all the extra pressure being pumped in, it is actually staying at a proper temp now and producing a little bit faster. So next time we'll keep going with this, but for right now, that's a pretty good place to end things off. So I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So without further ado, take care, everybody. I want to thank everyone one more time for watching, and a special thank you to the channel members. Yamato Tanagura, Goddess of the Starfilled Void, and the Phantom Knight. Thank you three so much for the extra support. So for real now, take care, everybody.